Today's session in this masterclass series that we've been doing through Fcode Labs, we will be focusing on how to boost productivity and deliver results faster with Agile, right? So this session would be, we will be discussing about, is named as From Chaos to Clarity, and we'll be discussing more about, the struggles we all have in the service industry, software services industry, and also whether irrespective of you're from software servicing industry or from a product engineering organization, the struggles we all know, and the heart of Agile, the Agile values that we adhere to, and also the Agile playbook, as in like the best case practices that I can suggest everyone to be using in your organization. So myself is Pamal Shapri, and I'm currently heading operations at Fcode Labs. So when you look at like the struggles that we have, like whether it's in the software servicing industry or whether it's in product based industry, right? So I would break this down into few pillars. One thing is flexibility and adaptability, and quality and customer satisfaction, time to market, and team collaboration and morale. So due to various lapses from the organization's end or the service provider's end in these different areas, we face different kinds of problems that we are going to deep dive at the start of this session. When it comes to flexibility and adaptability, due to lack of flexibility and adaptability, I think we all have been in situations like this where in projects the requirements has changed massively, and that has caused delays in the projects, and that has also contributed to extended timelines, which is also additional cost to the organization. And also not just additional cost because of the extended timelines, we have to do a lot of rework on areas that we have worked on and changed stuff. Even though we charge this as change request from the clients, the rework cost is much more larger than what we actually charge from a client. And also at the end of the day, stakeholder frustration from the client's end as well, irrespective of whether it's a change request or whether it's not a change request or whether it's a new feature. The client would be frustrated for the fact that the software or the feature that has been delivered to them does not align with the expectations or does not meet the requirements of the business that they are running. At the same time, in like when you look at products, if you're doing a product, in-house product, like, so you may have a product roadmap that's well planned and well laid out. But if there's a market trend that is coming out, you need to be able to pivot to it as fast as possible, putting your product roadmaps aside. So if you fail to do that in a lot of organizations, we see that the features that they come up with because of their initial roadmap, and also because they were not able to pivot to these market trends, their features that they're coming out with is not relevant to the market. And also, since because of that, the return on investment is very low, because you have invested in something that is not relevant to the users or the market. And of course, the customer satisfaction is going to be undoubtedly reduced. Those are few problems that any of the organization would face, like in terms of flexibility and adaptability, when flexibility and adaptability is low. If you look at quality and customer satisfaction, the second segment, right? Again, if you do not put proper focus on the quality and customer satisfaction, like there can be a lot of issues that we might be facing down the line. So when it comes to like service-based projects, like if we do not put the proper focus on to quality, and if we proper plan out the quality assurance phases or testing phases towards the end of the cycles, development cycles or release milestones, right, we might find late issues at the end of the nearing to the releases, which will make us extend the timelines, extend the release timelines, which is like a very bad thing to do in the service industry, which will eventually damage the reputation that you have in front of your clients. Because extending the release timelines means that we are not meeting the expectations of the client. And when you look into as to why there are issues in the system, and then the client would slowly start to doubt the team that we have about the competence of the team. So that is also not a path that a team would like you to trade in. And if you come to a product-based industry, like misaligned features with customer needs, like if you do not properly collaborate with the customers or with the clients, right, the feature that you're delivering to the client might be not the expected feature that the client wanted, or might not be catering to the need of the client. So due to these misalignments, like the rework cost will always rise up, and the trust will always go down, because the client has been expecting something and the client has received something. So that is another area where the daily struggles that we face in either service-based industry or a product-based industry in software. And also another area that we struggle on a daily basis is time to market. Like the longer the development cycles, the longer it takes us to deliver a value to our client probably in a service-based industry. Like the clients are doing these systems or products to either to go into the market with their product or to cater to their digital transformation needs in their organizations. So the longer the development cycles, the longer the value delivery delay that is happening. Of course, the clients would be frustrated, and also at the same time we will also miss a lot of future opportunities with these clients because we are not aligning with the pace that the client is requiring us to align with. At the same time, when it comes to product, like if we take a lot of time to go into the market, right, we are definitely going to lose the competitive edge. Someone else can come to the market with the same features and capture the market segment, and we will lose the competitive edge, and stakeholders, not just the users but also the investors and every other stakeholders involved, will be not satisfied with that. And another, key area that we struggle on a daily basis is team collaboration and morale, right? Poor communication creates like mishaps there, and like the major issue there is like the time waste. Time is money in this industry, and if there's a lot of time waste and if there's a lot of rework that needs to be done because of miscommunications and misalignments, then that would be a big loss in this industry. At the same time, if we do not properly focused on building the team morale or building teams that are self-sufficient. If you look at these at individual developers, individual quality assurance engineers, and individual business analysts, they will be working in their personal interest rather than working for the team goals and team interests. Thereby, with that behavior, team friction will also start to rise, and also that is not an area that we want to be in as an organization, where there's friction between the team members itself. And also when it comes to such organizations of products, like lack of ownership reduces engagement. If the team does not understand the shared vision of the product that you are building, and if the team does not see a value in what they are contributing to this product, why they should be contributing to this product, their motivation drops down, and their enthusiasm for innovation goes down, and turnover rate starts to skyrocket, right? So why I came up with these problems at the start of this session, like problems that we face on a day-to-day basis because of lack of flexibility and adaptability, and less focus on quality and customer satisfaction, and we take time to go to the market, we deliberate a lot about what we should do, how we should do, and how we can make this perfect, and we have problems with our team collaborations and morals. I think everyone is facing these on a day-to-day basis. So why I came down this path is to make one thing established, right? If you look at these problems, the first thought that comes into your mind is that these problems can be solved very easily in sort of more or less it's the similar way. Like if you look at flexibility and adaptability, right, lack of flexibility and adaptability, when I say like change in requirements causes delays, and if we can't pivot to the market trends, we are going to lose the relevance in this market. The first thing that would come to your mind is that is very true. We should be responding to change over following a plan. Yes, we can have a plan, but we should respond to this change rather than sticking to the plans, and make sure that we are relevant. So that is the first thing that would come to your mind, and that is very correct. And the second thing, if you go further, like quality and customer satisfactions, like when you look at these scenarios, when we identify defects, and when the features are misaligned, the first thing that would come to your mind is like, hey, look, we need to collaborate more with the client. Like for example, if it's about testing the system, we need to do the testing much more earlier, and also verify the testing scenarios with the client. Or if it's like sort of features that needs to be discussed, we need to discuss these features beforehand with the client, and have the engagement much more fruitful with the client, so that we don't come up with these mishaps towards the end of a release. So that thought is very valid. Customer collaboration is required over contract negotiation, and I think anyone would understand this is what we should do. And when it comes to time to market, when I say that we take a lot of deliberation and we take a lot of time to go to the market, like long development cycles, and for high value features like main core features of the product, we take a lot of time to make it as perfect as possible, and then go to the market. But if you think through it, you might feel like if you can go to the market with a working software or a minimum viable product, rather than spending time on a lot of stuff like comprehensive documentation, so making everything perfect, then that should be the best way to go forward to start off with. And that thought would be the first thought that is also coming to your mind, and that is also very correct. And about team collaborations, Like we have a lot of processes in place, but solely 100% relying on processes will not do any good. You need to have a lot of individual interactions and collaborate interpersonally to get this output out.